Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And I am so excited to share with you today's guest. We have Elena, who is the co-founder of LazAI. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, Elena, but I actually did a video on Metis way back when I started my YouTube channel back in 2021. Metis was one of the very first tokens that I actually covered. I was just looking back at that video. Metis was about $11 back in 2021 when I first shared it with my audience for the first time. So we're no stranger to Metis. We're no stranger to LazAI. But this is the first time that we've had an opportunity to get to know you. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for again coming back and doing the video.
We love this project and we love everything that you guys stand for. Elena is also the founder of Crypto Chicks, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and we might even get a chance to talk about that for just a little bit today. But to get started, Elena, for all of my audience that doesn't know who you are, why don't you just give them a little bit of an idea, your background, and how you got involved in this crazy world of blockchain technology?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thank you for asking. I came to blockchain back in 2016. Actually, even a little bit before that, when I just got started in getting interested in Ethereum. I actually discovered Ethereum first and then Bitcoin. I worked at the police actually at that time, and as working for the government, and I the centralization and authority, this is something that the world that I came from, but I always was fascinated with this idea of a democracy. And then when I learned about Ethereum and the Bitcoin, I said this is a real democracy. And that's what made me actually quit my daytime job in the police, and I started doing blockchain full-time. And I started first as the co-founder of Crypto Chicks, and with my another founder, Natalia Amelin, we created an educational hub for women and youth to understand what blockchain is. And at that time, we also started introducing them to AI as well. So my entire journey in blockchain was, blockchain AI related.
Okay.
So that's how I started, and that's where we are right now. Yeah, you see that the LazAI network is something that we do in full speed right now, and that's what matters to us.
Awesome. So, we interviewed, darn it, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. I lost it, but we interviewed your CMO, was it, a few months back?
Daniel Kwok.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you. Mm-hmm. And so, what is new over the last 3 or 4 months? I know that you wanted to talk about the Metis regenesis. What else is new and exciting with LazAI since the last time we spoke?
Yes. So what is it's probably the newest. What we did is the mainnet. So right now, mainnet is going to be released in the next few days. So we're very excited about that, as this is a LazAI network. Mainnet, and just to maybe reminder to your listeners what LazAI is, that's it's the data layer that allows to track where AI data comes from, and also who created AI data, and to allow all the creators of data that have been fed to AI to get paid every time the data is used, and also for this, for these creators, we're creating for the creators we're creating. We are providing a technology that will allow to track and trace the data, and so the creators could get paid for everything every time AI is producing an inference. So that is what probably and another news that came out as well, as the Metis Foundation, because I am the co-founder of Metis Foundation. We have a number of projects that are building a technology and building an infrastructure. Two of them, for example, is ZKM, and this is building the ZK proofs, and is one of the fastest in the industry. And another one is the GOAT network, which is a Bitcoin layer 2. So all the projects that Metis is been developing for these years are coming together, because all of them will play a part in that, in the AI and LazAI. So, for example, ZKM is the ZK proofs. So this is the ZK proofs we need to prove the data without exposing what is this data is, but to prove whose this data are. And the GOAT network, it is the will play a very important part in the payments between AIs, because yes, AI will need to pay each other, and the Bitcoin layer 2 is providing the liquidity for that. So the projects that Metis developed coming together under one idea and under one technology. So it is the latest and exciting news that we have.
Awesome. And you say that goes live here in just a couple of days?
Yes, in the next 2 days. So we right now in the final stages of the testing on the testnet, and therefore the mainnet is going to be released soon.
Okay. And what about the Hyperion?
Hyperion. So Hyperion is it's right now in the testnet. So Hyperion, just a reminder of, again, your listeners, this is the layer 2 for AI. We have the modular layer 2, Metis layer 2, Andromeda is for humans, Hyperion is for AI. Hyperion is this is the high throughput chain with the parallel processing, where actually AI can live. So that is the main net is going to be released in beginning of 2026.
Okay. Now, is LazAI more? Is it better suited for developers, or is LazAI designed for just average folks like myself to be able to go in and create an AI agent and use it in my life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good question. So, LazAI is it is the direct target audience. It is developers, because for just normal non-developer people to use it, so it's still needed interfaces to do it. For example, we have the technology they call DAT tokens. ERC 2028, that's right now is in the Ethereum proposal. It is the kind of like the markers, they indicate, it's like putting a name on the tag and the rules on the data where, everyone knows where it came from, and also make this data tradable as well. So there's that token. But in order to trade those tokens, again, you need an interface, to create it. We're doing that too. And our kind of partner projects are creating those interfaces, so just the normal folks like you and me can interact with it. If you go, for example, on createai.fun, you already can create AIs that are going to live on the LazAI network with the tradable tradable tokens. LastPath.fun also is the one of the launch pads for the DAT tokens. So yeah, so of course we're thinking about the regular folks like you and me, and non-developer ones. Yes.
And the website that we have pulled up here, the LazAI.network, this is the best website for folks that are watching that want to learn more about the project to go check everything out at?
That is correct, yes. LazAI.network.
Okay. And then if I understand correctly, LazAI isn't going to have its own token, correct? Metis is going to be the token that powers the LazAI network?
Yes, so LazAI network is running on Metis as a gas token. So LazAI network does use the Metis as a gas token, empowered by Metis as a gas token. So as Hyperion and so as Metis Andromeda. So all three parts of this infrastructure are having Metis as the gas token.
Okay. And then would it be possible for you to maybe go into it a little bit deeper, the strategic synergy and interoperability created by the integration across Metis and LazAI, ZKM, and the GOAT network?
Mm-hmm. Yes, like one of the examples of this integration is the GM pair. GM pair is a GOAT Metis pair. That is the kind of interface that allows, it's a system that allows for AI to AI payments. Because when we're using, one AI, it is trained in a very narrow certain way, and there are capabilities that are missing. So like in the Web2 world, you will see, for example, AI aggregators that are allowing creators to use, like, for example, when you're writing like when you're creating a video, you will need for the video, the music, the song, the motion, the pictures, like it's everything, and each of them is you cannot train AI to do all this. Oh, I mean, you can, but you have to use all power and all computers in the world and all memory in the world that is doing that. So AI is trained in a very narrow way. So therefore, kind of to provide these capabilities of AI of grabbing the skills and knowledge from the other AIs, the GM pair is the technology that we are creating, and that is exactly where ZKM use, like, for example, for the ZK proofs, where the data come from and who the payment has to be sent to. The GOAT network is allowing to pay not only, like in different currencies, like providing the liquidity for these payments. So it not only, in Ethereum and tokens that are in Ethereum that can be paid, but it's also in Bitcoin as well, in the native Bitcoin. So this inferences can be paid. And of course, LazAI is it's a data layer where everything comes together, and the whole infrastructure, like the architecture of this payments of who to pay, how the data come from, which AI, and so on and so forth. So that is how, like one of the use cases, how this three ecosystems like ZKM, GOAT network, and LazAI working together.
Beautiful. One of the things that I really like about your project is you guys are very conscious about taking things slow and doing everything right. It feels like sometimes in this crazy blockchain world that we're a part of, that a lot of companies, heard the word AI and saw the popularity of AI, and they just started creating, stuff to throw at the public. Where you guys have really taken your time with this. Obviously, you want it to be, fully launched and fully working, but it seems like you're taking the extra steps to make sure that the product that you have is really going to solve some problems. Does that make sense?
That is correct. I mean, it is, of course, tempting, to build on the hype, right? And that's exciting, and I understand that. Though that's probably not what we focus on and what would we do. So we are looking into the future. But right now, the problem that exists in AI, and that problem probably maybe not everyone aware of, is like all AI that we use nowadays is trained on data that has been basically stolen from creators, and just a few is benefiting from this from the AI. But like everything in life, it is at some point this will come to an end. In terms of, we already see right now there are like lots of restrictions that have been put in, let's say the ChatGPT as well. So you cannot now give legal advice, and cannot use the certain data because of the IP. And we're going to see it more and more, and we're going to see the lawsuits and everything. Right now, the training data for AI is actually very much private. It's not publicized, because if it would be, there will be a lot of lawsuits because of the data. So we're looking forward into the future when that actually going to be a big problem, and we already have the solution. So we built a solution for that of the data, of how to verify data, of who inputted which data into AI, and when and how this data can be used, by whom and how, and all this. So we are pre-building all this infrastructure. It might not be the hype, right away, but personally, I'm not looking for hype. I'm looking for solving the big problems.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. It kind of reminds me, back in the 90s when we had the big, dot-com bubble, and there was a lot of people chasing hype. But, had you picked out some of the top companies that are still around today, like Microsoft and, Apple and so on and so forth, it would have been, an amazing time to be around. But so many people were just chasing hype, and it didn't work out all that well for them. And one of the things that we really try to do here on the channel is we're looking for companies that we believe are going to be around for decades to come. And that's one of the things that I really like about LazAI is the durability. I believe that you guys have a team and a vision where 20 or 30 years from now, my grandchildren will know who you guys are, instead of you being one of the cryptocurrency projects that nobody ever remembers.
I'm thinking the same, because as we enter into this AI era, so we already start looking into robots, and if you put your robot into your house, you have to make sure that this is your AI that inside this robot, that brains that this robot has, it's not controlled by somebody else. So this is something that is very important for the future of my children, and therefore I am building in this industry.
Absolutely. Could you elaborate a little bit on your vision for the trustless accountability on-chain AI, and how LazAI directly challenges the current model of centralized, black box AI?
Yes. So as I said, the training data that come into AI, it is completely kind of hidden. It is black box. So we don't know who put it in there. We don't know what is in there. We don't know how it is tweaked. We don't know what the rules are. We just consume the result. And whether we trust this result or not is actually sometimes our life depend on it. I can tell you something that I had from my experience. For example, is I asked I had the requisites, the bank requisites, and I asked ChatGPT just to input this bank requisite into format that I needed, so I can just copy and paste and send money to to the account, to the bank. And ChatGPT made a mistake. So it was an honest mistake, probably, but the money went to another account. Who is accountable for that? Well, I am accountable. Doesn't matter. I cannot blame ChatGPT and say, hey, I paid to the wrong person because of the ChatGPT. No, accountability is on me. And therefore, whatever data we consume from any AI, it is going to be on us. If I am let's say, writing music, and down the road when I release this music, I get get caught that this actually this is if music was created from somebody else's, so responsibility is going to be on me. And therefore it is very important on when you input data into AI. This is a lawful data, and creators are getting paid, so the users will not get problems down the road. So this what LazAI solves. It is actually protects you from all the future problems, because AI is not going to be sued or put in jail or blamed, and they know this problem is going to be on the person that is using AI, and this person might not even see it coming, because we trust ChatGPT, we trust every other AI that we use, because this is so cool and new and fresh. But this problem still exists. Anything that we consume from AI, we have to be aware that however we use it, we're going to be responsible and accountable for it. So with the technology of data transparently going into AI and all the creators are paid, that protects all of us, not only creators, but the users as well. And of course, the company that creates AIs.
Yeah, I agree. So we have a quick question here. I know this is probably one that you're not going to be able to answer directly, but Miracle Clinton wonders, are there any airdrop benefits for the test nets?
Yes, unfortunately I don't know. You probably have to look at the Telegram and Twitter of LazAI. So there will be some activity planned for, of course, for the early adopters. So please watch out for the announcements.
Right. And then I know that you're all about the utility, so I don't want to get into the investment side of things very much, but I am curious. My YouTube channel is Infinite Crypto, and we focus a lot on some of the smaller cap cryptos a lot of times. I love Bitcoin, I love Ethereum, but sometimes I kind of feel like people that are maybe living paycheck to paycheck and that are really kind of looking for something that's a little bit lower down on the market cap, so that they can turn a little bit of money into, maybe a nice chunk of money. How would they get exposure to LazPad here? Would just through the Metis token, or how would somebody watching this video today that really likes what you're doing, how can they support the project and also, potentially benefit themselves?
So on lastpad.fun, so it is possible now to create the it's basically you creating a conversational AI, or like any AI with a prompt, and there's a token that associated with it that you can launch. And therefore, it's not only just an empty token that you push and say it is already some utility attached to it, which is AI. So you can have your own side ChatGPT and its own token, and you like people who believe in your vision of this AI, of course, can back you up. So that is one of the ways where we provide the capabilities of this playful activities for small creators. Okay. And again, it is very easy to create this AI. This is just a prompt. So with the prompt, you create an AI, and then automatically creates a token as well.
Okay, cool. And then you want to talk about the payer at all, and the gas, enabling gasless, frictionless UX for the next billion or so users?
Yes. So GM payer, of course. I already talked a little bit about this technology. So GM payer is a technology which allows AI to AI payments. This payments is done via just the HTTP, via the actually the X402 protocol, which is allowed to send money via internet. So you attach money to the HTTP request. So therefore, you're not bound to any specific, blockchain or ecosystem. So your AI can send money pretty much to anyone using this technology. So that's in the essence what the interoperability of GM Payer is that you're not bound to any specific ecosystem or any specific blockchain. You just send money over the internet. AI sends money over the internet that allow this AI to AI payment cross-chain.
Awesome. And then I wanted to click over and really share your social here, the Twitter account. And I'm going to go ahead and post the link right here into the chat for those of you that want to go give LazAI a follow. But one of the things that I really believe is important in business, but especially in cryptocurrency and blockchain, is community is everything. And so I wanted to share with all of you that are watching today and really seeing this project for the first time. This is the LazAI Network Twitter page. Over 57,000 followers, folks. And they're followed by some very, very significant people in the crypto experience. And Elena, I'm just curious, is Twitter and Telegram the two places that you really recommend people go to keep up with everything that's new that's happening with the project? Or do you prefer some other social media outlets?
No. Twitter is one of the main ones. Yeah. So basically, you say if you just watch the Twitter of LazAI Network, you will get the message. So like, no worries about that. And Telegram, of course, it's more interactive. You can ask questions there. So yeah, Twitter and Telegram are the ones that you should be following and be in.
Cool. And then we have another quick question. How can non-technical people participate meaningfully in LazAI?
Yes. So right now you can experiment. Like, for example, you can go to one of our. So if you go to lastpad.fun, so you can experiment. You can already create, the last boo. So yeah, you can follow, for example, and go there. Just see. Yeah, there you go. So these are the two AIs that you can already participate that it's on LazAI. So with the LazBubu incubator, you can create your own kind of Labubu like creature that is actually conversational AI that you can input your knowledge already, and your knowledge and your wisdom is going to be stored as this dat token, and then you can actually trade those dat tokens down the road as well. Same, you can experiment with this tarot card with Selena. These are the kind of AI prediction, AI tarot card reading. So this, yes, you can experiment with those. Also, if you go to, I think it's Create AI.
Is that on this page or somewhere else?
I cannot probably say right now. I think it was on Create AI. Oh, okay. So you can go to my Twitter. So if you are following me on a Twitter, so if you go Elena CryptoChick, I think I made the post today that I created.
Oops, that's not the right one.
No, it's ELENA, then the word crypto, and CHIC. Yeah, there you go. That's the first one there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just go and see, that's the pinned tweet. But yeah, like for example, yeah, that my creations in there.
Okay.
So yes, if you go the tweet that I referenced, yes. So there, yes. So yeah, the create.
Is there a link for me to click on here, or just click on the picture?
No. The one below, the tweet that is below, the one that I quoted.
So this is one of the ones that you just created?
No, this is actually the project that I was trying to show.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, to use. Yes. So the Twitter of this project.
Where do you want me to click? I'm sorry.
So the create AI. So again, as underneath my creation, there is the create AI. Okay, so let me just go to my
I'm
Twitter.
having trouble seeing what.
So createai.fun. So this is the probably the URL. Createai.fun.
Createai.fun.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, and then the launch app. Yes. So in here you have two projects, Mitsuri and Exuki that integrated. Yes. So basically, once you mint the DATs, so this are you minting the tradable the tradable DATs. So these are the kind of the pieces of information that belongs to you, and that you can trade down the road, and it can be part of your AI.
Okay.
So that's one of the ways how to interact.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. And then Archie Bass here says, how smooth would the AI cross-chain transactions be?
Cross-chain transactions, these are not the cross-chain transactions, actually the money sent via the internet. So therefore it is instantaneous and fast. So that is, so it's not using any bridges or, anything like that, but it is using the ZK proofs. So the technology, of course, it depends on how fast ZK proofs are. And since we're using our own ZKM projects that based on the MIMPs, our ZK proofs is one of the fastest in the industry. So that is kind of like the essence. That's how I can explain just for the non-technical people. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Oops. That's not the view that I want. There we go. So, other than the things that we've talked about today, is there anything else that you would like to highlight or that you would really like to share with the audience?
Yes, I probably it's another the ideology that we have at Metis and LazAI is that responsibility, accountability is still with people. So when we're using any AI, you have to understand. So AI is not accountable and never will be accountable. That's people will be accountable. We are. So people lead and AI just a helper. So AI is just merely a helper and a tool for us, even though it might seem that it is an intelligent creature. So please be aware, and please be aware which data you also put into AI. As once AI learns something, it will not be able to unlearn it. So just kind of like a caution, and also be aware how you use AI, because this data might come from someone that later down the road can claim that you misused their data.
Yeah, absolutely. The more that I use AI, the more apparent it becomes that it's definitely a skilled user can get so much more out of AI than the average person is. You probably heard it said before that most people use Chat GPT more like Google instead of really using AI the way that it was meant to be. And the way that you talked earlier about how if you ask it a question, it can really give you some messed up answers if you don't ask the question the right way. The prompts and the way that you actually interact with the AI is so important.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what I'm saying. So whenever you receive the result from AI, be careful to, verify and re-verify it, because it is, you never know if you can trust that result or not. So AI is an amazing tool. I use it as well. But when I use the data, I assume the full responsibility. So yeah, the full responsibility is still on me when I use an AI.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if the team told you not, Elena, but we're actually going to give away $100 worth of Metis tokens today in appreciation for you guys being here and for your community coming out so strong. And so if you don't have anything else that you would like to talk about, I would like to go ahead and pick a couple of winners for some Metis tokens, if that's all right with you.
Oh, please do. Yes.
Wonderful. So I'm going to click back over to this view and go over just the rules real quick, if you will, folks. So as you can see here, this is the live chat going down here. When we get ready to do the drawing, I've got a random StreamYard comment picker in the background that I'll show you all here in a moment. But the way that we do this is once you win, you have to let us know in the chat that you're still here. So you have to be present to win. This is to reward those of you that have been here for the whole live stream. And what we're going to do is we're going to give 10 Metis tokens to 2 different individuals. And it's going to be on the Ethereum network. So I'm going to get Ethereum tokens from Uniswap and then send them out. So what you're going to do when you win, so Archie Bass, you're not a winner, but I'm going to use you as an example. I'm going to click on your name, and then I'm going to go to your channel. And what you're going to do is you're just going to update your about right here. Everybody that owns a YouTube channel can update this about. And I'd like you to put in an EVM address, preferably a private decentralized wallet like MetaMask or Trust. Don't put an exchange wallet in there unless you absolutely 1000% know that they support the Metis token. So I would recommend MetaMask, but I'm going to send 2 different winners, 10 tokens. I think the tokens are a little over $5. So it's going to be 50, 60 bucks worth of tokens for 2 winners. And the way that we're going to decide the winners, guys, is we're going to go now and we are going to type in hashtag Elena, because we want to say thank you to Elena for taking up her valuable time and being here, guys. I know this crazy blockchain space, she's probably working 16, 18, 20-hour days to make all of this happen. So we really appreciate you being here for, an hour of your time, really explaining this to all of us. So go ahead. I'm going to let this go for, maybe another 10 or 15 seconds to make sure that the people that win are the people that were paying attention and that the people were here. But if you're in a car driving, I want to give you a quick second to be able to do this without getting into any accidents. So while I'm going to grab my pen and paper here, while I'm letting those build up a little bit. And then here in what time is it? I've got 4:09 and 3 seconds. So in 10 more seconds, we're going to go ahead and start drawing the 2 winners. Once again, if your name is drawn, please let us know in the chat that you are here so that I can pull up your YouTube profile, and I'll keep that pulled up until you've got your EVM Ethereum-based wallet address put in there. So let's go ahead and draw the first winner for 10 Metis tokens. Buck $1.50. $1.50. If you are here, which you got to be, it's only been a minute since you put your name in there. $1.50 X8W. You are a winner. Congratulations. Go ahead and let us know in the chat that you are here. And then let's go ahead and draw our second winner. We got MAAB661. Congratulations. You are a winner of 10 Metis tokens. So bear with me, guys. I have a couple of appointments after this live stream, and then I got to go get some tokens purchased. So by tomorrow, I will definitely have your tokens sent out to you, and then I will make a note in the regular comment section that all the winners have been paid. So let me make sure that the winners are here. Still going like crazy. Buck and AMMAB, please let me know that you are here. There we go. There is MAAB. We're going to go to their channel. So now I've got this pulled up. Part of the reason I do this, Elena, is that way nobody can try to clone the account either. You'd be amazed at how fast the scammers will try to clone a YouTube account and act like they are the winner. So I pull this up so that nobody can pull one over on me. And then Buck, are you here? There's Buck. There we go. Buck, you are also a winner, and I do have your channel pulled up. So great. We got that situated. And here we go. Awesome. All right, Elena, thank you so much for being here today. You are welcome back anytime. Like I say, we love Metis, we love LazAI, and I'm sure that as this project progresses, that we'll have you back on the channel again in the future.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Thank you for being here, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.
Thank you.